No, no, no. They wait until the damage is done. Then they go in and they protect you. Not. They use it for their benefit. So you know we're going into a system of CBDCs. OMG.
Welcome back to another eye-opening episode with Lynette Zang. Today we're tackling a critical question on everyone's mind. Are we experiencing genuine inflation, or is it just a case of surge pricing? As prices soar across the board, understanding the difference is more important than ever. Lynette breaks down what's really driving these cost increases and what it means for your financial future. This is essential information you don't want to miss.
But we're going to talk about a topic today that I've actually been talking about quite a few years. And it's important that you know because we're entering the surveillance economy. So what you're looking at here is from the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, and the report that they did in 2023 on third-party data aggregation and the threat to our liberties. So every time we do anything online, every time we use a credit card, whatever, all of that data is gathered and sold. Your data is the product. That's probably not new news to you, and it shouldn't be. But according to this report, and we're going into this a lot more deeply, I've been talking about this since I think the first report I did was 2017. But unchecked, commercial surveillance endangers our privacy, our financial welfare, and our liberty. You know what saves our liberty? There you go. Physical gold, physical silver in your possession. That is completely outside of the system and is very visible to you and me. Well, it's visible to you or whoever holds it. But other than that, it is completely invisible. That's the way I like to be. But there are three things that came out of this report that I found really interesting. Number one, browsing and location data paint an intimate picture of a person's life, including their religious affiliations, health and medical conditions, financial status and sexual orientation, and frankly, a whole lot more. Number two, people have no way to object to, let alone control, how their data is collected, retained, used, and disclosed when these practices are hidden from them. How much control do you think or visibility do you have there? Number three, any safeguards used to maintain people's privacy are often outstripped by companies' incentives and abilities to match data to particular people. So we have no privacy. Now, I'm of an age and a bent that I like a level of privacy. I don't want everybody knowing absolutely everything. And it has nothing to do with whether or not I have anything to hide. Well, if you don't have anything to hide, why do you care? I care because that's about control. And that gives these entities a tool for perception management to nudge you in the direction that they want you to go, that they want you to buy, that they want you to think. It is an extension of a formalized program that's actually been in place since President Reagan initiated that back in the early 80s. So let's just kind of move on. And I know this is wordy. I'm going to get to the point. But this is really what's been happening. With increasing precision, great for technology. With increasing precision, companies are collecting and sharing a staggering amount of information about American consumers. Without much cost or effort, anyone in the United States or abroad can obtain detailed information about where Americans spend their days, sleep at night, what health conditions they have, who they associate with, as well as their religious faith and their political interests. You know, I want you to think about that because I can see the good in technology, but I can also see the danger. And doesn't this stress why it's so important to have something that is completely offline and in your possession? I give these as gifts. If somebody has a baby or somebody gets married or things like that, I don't know where it is. What can I tell you? Right? But even though it's physical for me, it is invisible for the internet. And that's what I want personally. In fact, they're going into this MasterCard, JP Morgan, in FTC study on surveillance pricing. So we're getting specific because we are definitely in a surveillance economy. We've been talking about this for a long time now, and the technology has just gotten to a level that makes it easier, cheaper, no problems. Agency querying firms that offer pricing software to companies, with companies more often setting individualized prices on products. So you can walk into a store, and have you noticed how there aren't necessarily stickers on the goods and services anymore? How come? Thank you, Walmart. That's a great example. But there are many others, so that the price that you pay is based on this information that they know about you. Where you live, what your shopping preferences are, all of that. That is surveillance pricing. That means that you aren't going to know. And, this just happened to me because I'm going to be going to California for a friend of mine's granddaughter's birthday, right? So we were looking at the hotel where we were going to stay. And I saw this one hotel, and I saw the price of the room, and I went, okay, that looks like a great place. Let's try that. So I clicked on it, and the price changed immediately when I clicked on it. Has that ever happened to you? I'll bet it has. And I bet you just kind of like I did. I went, that's an interesting glitch. But it makes so much more sense, because what was happening was they had all of my history. They know what I like and where I shop and how much I'll spend on things. And they figured that I could spend about $150 more a night on this room than what they were showing me. I did not end up going with them, but I want you to start to just kind of pay attention for yourself to see if you aren't having those same kind of surveillance pricing. This means that consumers may now be subjected to surveillance pricing when they shop for anything, big or small, online or in person, a house, a car, even their weekly groceries. So there would be a base minimum pricing, but hey, depending upon your activity and what they know about you, by the time you get to the register, is that price the same? And by the way, thinking about grocery stores, when they scan it through, you go pretty quickly. Are you aware of what the price was on the shelf? Or have they taken the prices off the shelf even? So you have no clue. I know that I've noticed when I've gone into stores that where they used to have pricing stickers, the stickers are gone. So why? That's the way they can go ahead and change the prices on you. Wendy's faced pushback earlier this year after reports that it would implement dynamic pricing. See, that's just like confiscation. They changed the name so that you are not clear about what they're talking about. But what they're talking about is surveillance pricing. So having the ability to change the price depending upon the time of day or who's purchasing it, that's what they're talking about. What the hey? Because we saw how much advantage they took of us during the really rapid inflation. There's greedflation. There's shrinkflation. Now there is surveillanceflation. You really have to ask yourself, and at what point are you going to stand up and say no to this? Okie dokie. This is one of the powers of AI, one of the evil powers of AI, artificial intelligence. At McDonald's and Starbucks, partner is being investigated for using artificial intelligence to set prices. I'm sorry, I have a huge problem with this. You should be mad as Hades. I'm mad as Hades about this. The FTC, look, I mean, it's crazy. They've known about this right along. They've even talked about it since 2018, but now this is the way they always work. They allow the private markets to gain all of this huge foothold, but then guess what? They can use it for their own benefit. They don't stop it at the beginning or oversee it or put laws and rules in place to protect you. No, no, no. They wait until the damage is done. Then they go in and they protect you. Not. They use it for their benefit. So we're going into a system of CBDCs. OMG. And, we've talked about this so much and, okay, you can see I didn't draw the lines in, but clearly the breakout is there and the manipulation is there. This is just a contract. They can make as much gold as they want to. So this is about a trading market. That's all this is about. But this is about the collectible gold market, which is only a supply and demand market. It is a much more fair market, in my very strong opinion about this. You get to decide what your opinion is. You want them guiding you and telling you what they're going to do and controlling you and knowing everything about you so they can nudge you in the direction they want you to go and get you to spend the maximum amount that they can get out of you for this. I mean, what? Is this surveillance? Inflation? Yes, I believe it is. How do you feel about this? What are you going to do about this? What I do about it is I make my stuff private. I buy it in a more fair market and I keep it private and invisible.
Thank you for watching this crucial episode with Lynette Zang. Whether it's true inflation or just surge pricing, knowing the difference can make all the difference for your finances. If this episode provided clarity, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more insightful analysis. Share your thoughts and questions in the comments below. We value your perspective. Stay informed, stay proactive, and we'll see you in the next episode.